Hi, welcome to Spit in the Bit. We're here talking about some fillies that are going to be making their way to Churchill Downs the first Friday in May. So we're on the road
Yep.
to the Kentucky Oaks. And we're here at one of your
We're
favorite
moving forward.
places, New Orleans. Well, we're not there, but
Fairgrounds.
the racetrack's there.
Ish.
So
Yeah, I wish
yeah, that would be
it's
really
going to
fun.
be an awesome weekend to be in New Orleans.
Yeah, so the Fags and Tipton Silver Bullet. So
Silverbullitday.
Silver Bullet Day.
Yep.
So do you have anything for us on the history of this one? Find anything?
Yeah, it's always trying to find something that I think is interesting. Um, I found three separate horses here in the last 10 years that have won this race, and all three of them went on to finish third in the Kentucky Oaks.
Okay.
So 2 years ago, I think, if I remember right, the horse was spelled Alys, and I think it was Elise, but I
Hmm.
can't. I didn't. I told myself I was going to go watch the replay again of 23 Oaks, and then I forgot. So but that horse won this race in 23, finished third in the Oaks. Unbridled Forever in 2014 won this race, went on to finish third in the Oaks. And 2015, I'm a Chatterbox, won this race and went on to finish third in the Oaks. In 2005, Summerly won this race and then went on to win the Oaks.
Right.
So
A
got a
lot.
solid history of putting
Yeah.
horses in the Kentucky Oaks and finishing in the money.
Yeah, and the point totals have doubled. I believe this one is worth
Yep.
20 points. The past races have been worth
Sooner.
10. Except the Breeders' Cup, I think had some bigger
That was
points races.
20, I believe, as well. Yep.
Yeah, but now we start ramping things up. They double, and they as we get closer, they get even more. But I think you mentioned this is the weekend that you kind of start taking things very seriously and start thinking, all right, now the distances, we're most of the races are two turns, and yeah, so
Yep.
things handicappers start
Yeah,
taking
and
this more serious.
I think even just fans of racing, uh, horses that win the Lecomte have, for example, the for the boys have went on to do quite well in the
Yeah.
Triple Crown races, and as we just talked about, horses that win the Silver Bullet Day have done well at the Oaks. So
Yeah, and I think
it's
this
when
is
things ramp up.
I think this is going to be another one of those because there's only six horses, but I've said some other races in the past. I've said I don't see any of these horses actually making it to the Oaks. I don't see them being contenders. We have six horses. I wouldn't be surprised if three of these horses end up in the Kentucky Oaks. I think these are some really
Yeah, you can
quality
make a case
horses.
for him.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah,
yeah.
again, it should be a really interesting race when it goes off, and it's a mile and a 70th. I don't know if we mentioned that it's just a tad bit shorter than what the boys will be running a few
But it's
races later in the day.
it's two turns though.
Yes, two turns.
Two turns, which is kind of a weird layout, but okay, mile and 70, and
Yeah, and whoops, you know, one of the because the stretch is so long at Fairgrounds, um, you start a little closer to the first turn than in many tracks. But with six horses, I don't think it's going to be a problem.
no, no, I don't think so either. Um, so, um, so who do you like?
On top, I'm going with a duo that has in recent years done quite well in the Oaks. BJ Hernandez riding for Kenny McPeak. I'm going with Taken by the Wind, the number 4 horse. Um,
that combo has they've been there before. They've had some success running in the Oaks, haven't they?
Yeah, for sure. And horse has been right. Horse has been off since the September, mid-September, but it won the G3 Pocahontas back then. Horse has
One
done
by
nothing.
5 lengths, right? I think it was a
Did
5 length
yep.
one. Has crushed it.
Yeah, it was a mile, or Pocahontas is a mile, but one turn race at Churchill, and that's it's quite a bit of time off, but debuted up at Saratoga and won a 7 furlong race up at this summer at Saratoga. So you know, that's what
Yeah,
I'm going with on top.
and again, we'll see how she takes to 2 turns. I think this is their first time running 2 turns, so we're going to
Yep,
learn a lot about her, whether she likes 2 turns or not. So
right,
yeah, you did that in a little comp too. You picked a really quality horse that's running 2 turns for the first time. I see a
right.
pattern in you, Kale. I see a pattern.
We'll see if my pattern is sinking my ship, but you are
Yeah,
correct. I am on two horses in the qualifying races on Saturday that are making their first attempt at 2 turns.
all
And you
right.
pointed out that McPeak owns this horse with who?
Terry Bradshaw. So if you're a Steelers fan, or I don't know, old
And
time football fan,
it
but
is that Terry Bradshaw.
yeah,
Makes
yeah.
me a little nervous.
Hey, guy's a winner. He beat our Vikings in the race,
I
so
know,
yeah, we've never forgiven him that.
I know, but well, what do you have? Lynn Swan and Franco
Franco Harris,
Harris,
Rocky Blyer.
right? Mean Joe Green, Jack
Oh,
Ham. I
oh
think it's
yeah,
a case of the starting quarterback that didn't get in the way.
pretty much.
You know,
So yeah, good
who was there?
horse.
Oh, Stallworth, and he had Stallworth too.
Oh yeah, as a second
Quite
receiver,
the team.
not bad. So a horse I like, and I know we both our first and second horses were really close, but I'm going with the number 5. Love Your Neighbor. I think I'm going to get some pretty good for a 6 horse race. I'm going to get some good odds for that. Finished
You want to
second.
talk about why you're going with the horse that's only won one race?
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but
no,
talk a little bit about the last race.
she ran in the Untappable, which is a points race.
Mhm.
Finished second to Hit Parade, but the jockey lost his iron, which meant he lost his footing in his stirrup. So he's riding with one stirrup, one foot in the stirrup. Amazing job. Yeah, Alex Concepcion
Crazy.
just what's that?
I said crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I
He
don't know.
that not
They are
only
so
could he
strong.
still ride and so, but he was competitive. So I think he's gonna have a
Yeah, that was
little
a
better
really
trip.
close race.
Yeah, really close. I think he'll do better if he keeps both feet in the stirrups. I just just thought
I
that
think
might improve things. So we'll see. I just a lot of respect for the horse and the jockey for that, and
yeah, the horse ran hard.
yeah,
In the race before that, I never went back to watch, but in the comments it says it got bumped pretty hard at the 16th pole and still ran gamely. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I have nothing against this horse.
yeah.
It's not going to surprise
Constitution pedigree, which screams distance route. So should like the
me. Hmm.
distance. Actually, like it even more. The further the longer they go, the better this horse will like it. So, um, but let's talk about
Seems
the
to
horse
be.
we both have for second. Like a really close second. This is a good horse. Um, the number
Yeah,
one horse, Atropa, and finished second by half a length to Bella Ballerina in the Goldenrod, which is one of your big races. We won big and early because you called the Ballerina before she was before a lot of people are on the Bella Ballerina bandwagon now, but you were on there early, and um, but the horse that took second was Atropa, and
ran really well.
yeah, really close race.
Yeah, and the race prior, in the Keeneland fall meet, it won by 10 lengths. um, and a two turn. Both her last two races have been a mile and a 16th, and at Keeneland it was two turn race. And if I'm not mistaken, the horse that finished second to her up at Keeneland went on to win their next race. So yeah, there's no slouch. It was really a toss up for me on Atropa and Taken by the Wind.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Mine was same thing. You know, Atropa wins this race. It says a lot for Bella Ballerina. I always like that angle where horse that beat her, if she wins, what does that say for the horse that beat her? So we'll see
I
there.
agree.
So
I agree. Yeah, and again, your horse, um, your number one horse. I mean, the number five. Um,
yeah,
I can't. There's nothing negative to say about the horse. That you can still finish um, that close to winning the race with the jockey on one leg is pretty impressive. And then Tropa,
yeah,
almost beat a horse that I have in my top five for the Oaks right now.
right. So we're looking good. And I have for my third horse the one you have on top, taken by the wind. Um,
Mhm.
you know, again, all three of these horses we could see running in the Oaks. Who do
Yeah,
you have?
and I in my horse Taken by the Wind, I'm not a big fan of. You mentioned one part of it already, that first time on two turns, but that's a long layoff from September 13th to now. So I'm kind of taking a bit of a gamble.
Yeah, you are, but with six horses, you want to get some odds some way somehow.
I have your winner as my fourth choice, but I have Pashmina as my third horse, the Rob Atros. I can't remember how the guy pronounces his name.
Yeah,
But Ben Curtis is on board. Um,
front
it
runner,
finished
right?
third in the yeah, it finished in third in that race behind Love Your Neighbor.
The winner of that
Hit
one.
Parade won, but you can make, I don't know how strong of a case you could make, but Pashmina got pinched a little bit at the 3/16th pole, but ran a quality race. Faded quite a bit there at the end, but um, had won its previous race at the Fairgrounds at a mile and a 16th by 10 lengths. So
Yeah,
there's nothing. Ben Curtis does really well at the Fairgrounds, so I like that horse too.
yeah. So here we have this six-horse race, and we picked four for us hitting the board. And like I say, I like White Smoke too a little bit with Pratt aboard, one start, one
Right.
win, a Curlin pedigree.
Yeah.
So the only horse that out of these six, I'm like, I'm not, is the number two, the Dancing in Old Town.
Right.
But the other five are all like, wow, these are some good horses.
And Keith DeSormo, Ken's brother, the trainer, he always makes me nervous in qualifying races at the fairgrounds
Don't
because he just comes
underestimate
out of the
them. Yeah.
bluest, right? Well, we had mentioned in our our episode for the Lecomte, the year that Epicenter um, finished second in the Lecomte, it was DeSormo that had brought in a closer that caught Epicenter at the wire. So yeah, you just don't know. It's not going to surprise me if any of these six horses win the race.
Yeah.
So very fun.
Fun race. So,
I agree.
well, and there is money to be made. Um, you
I
know,
agree. I don't think there's going to be. I mean, I think Atropa and Taken by the Wind will go off around 2-1. I think you're going to get really nice money on Love Your Neighbor, to be honest.
yeah, I think so too. Kind of why I lean towards it because, man, it's hard for me to pick any
Yeah,
horse other
that
than a
goes at three
Tropa,
to
but
one, 4 to 1, that kind of range.
yeah. So money to be made on a 6 horse race. I love it. Just because you're not going to
Yep.
have that one heavy favorite. That yeah, you have bunch of good horses in this race,
Yeah.
and I think we're going to. This is how it's going to be every weekend, though, isn't it? That we're going to get more and more clarity as to who's going to be the big players at Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby.
And
So
if nothing else, your curiosity will get piqued by something. You
yeah,
know, it's gonna be something that happens in each of these races. Typically, most often, that make you go, I want to keep an eye on this horse.
right, right. You know, so all right. Well, hey, you want to do a plug for your radio station there in New Orleans so people can get into the mood for a little fairgrounds?
Yes. If you love jazz and you love that feel of a um, hometown radio station with a lot of advertising on shows in the local area and whatnot, WWOZ New Orleans. It'll get you in the mood for the races this Saturday. That's for sure.
All right. Well, and another plug for us. Like and subscribe to our platforms
Yeah,
here on
please do.
YouTube, Spotify, wherever you're watching us from. Subscribe, like, we really appreciate it.
Pass along to your racing friends.
Yeah, and Kevin
And
always likes comments and questions. He
oh, I love comments.
guarantee you he'll read them.
There you go.
So, all right. Well,
True
let,
that.
let's enjoy this weekend. A little New Orleans flavor, little fairgrounds derby and Oaks points races. So enjoy.
Enjoy a day watching the races. Stay warm for those of you who are in the northern climes, and stay safe wherever you are.
Beautiful. All right. Have a good one.
All right. You too.